Okay, so here we have the Dapol Class 08. You've probably seen one, if not in this livery, you've probably seen one of another livery. They're in almost every model shop now. Even if they don't stock O-Gauge, most places do seem to have these. Usually they have them on show because they're absolutely stunning. They're absolutely, you could call them bargains. £190 isn't exactly cheap, but you do get, it's in O-Gauge, you do get a lot for your money. These locos are small, so even on a layout like this, they feel at home, they don't look too big. You can actually get a little bit of running out of them. The livery application, they're put together really well. The detailing is absolutely stunning. Actually, I think that's a great place to start, so I'm going to show you some details. Okay, so let's pretend that we are O-Gauge people. We are stood next to a brand spanking new 08 in InterCity Livery. This is what it would look like. The camera angle really does help actually. As you can see, the front end, the detail on it is absolutely stunning. For people who like sprung buffers, a bit squeaky, but they're there. The detail on the front, like I say, stunning. You can see the actual coupling chain. Oh, yeah, you can see the coupling chain, obviously O-Gauge, no NEM pockets here. We've got full working lights there and there. Now the radiator, I'm going to have to, I think this is actually a really good thing to try and show you if I can try and get the camera. It's actually real slatted and you can actually see through the slats. You can't see anything behind it obviously, but the slats are real, and if you run your finger over them you can actually feel them. The detail on the side again is absolutely fantastic. The underframe detail, it is there. Nothing's been depicted on this loco, obviously in InterCity, except the yellow cranks and the coupling rods. Obviously you can see the step handles at the front, and you've got all the handles for the panels on the side. The InterCity livery was quite a plain livery, but it's a livery that I really like. The white with the red stripe is absolutely painted with perfection. Not something I say very often regarding Dapol. They've really stepped up on this. This is obviously the second batch of the 08s. They brought the later style, a later liveried class 08s like the InterCity, the Ralph Rate Grey, EWS, with the later modifications. The earlier ones were just like the BR Blue. I think they did a couple in BR Green. If I come round to the cab, as you can see, the cab door is open, and it's going to be really hard to show you because of the glare and the camera focus, but all the dash inside the cab, you can see it's been painted. It's absolutely stunning. You've got the back of the locomotive again, you've got all the vacuum pipes, you've got the lights at the bottom of the chevrons, the two blue blobs that you should be able to see. You can see the lamp irons for obviously the lamp. You can see the little whistle on the side here. The loco is absolutely stunning. You've got the exhaust as well on the top. Obviously this loco really could do with a weathering like the InterCity coach that's parked next to it. Now you may be wondering why the coach is not white underneath, but the loco is. Now I'm not terribly sure why InterCity did this, but the locos were painted a different colour to the coach in stock. So the coach in stock was painted cream, but the locos were painted white. Now if anyone knows the reason for that, I'd love to know myself. But yeah, it was like the class 37s, even the HSTs, they were white, but the coach in stock was always cream. So that I presume it made the loco stand out. But the loco is absolutely stunning. Obviously it's got 3 axles, 6 wheels, they are quite close together. You may think this does hinder performance, but because the wheels are so big and the span of the wheels is so big, I've never had a problem running this. The 08s, they just run and run and run. DCC compatible, unlike Halogen O-gauge locomotives, this will accept a double O-gauge DCC decoder, which is brilliant because they're in plentiful supply, easy to get hold of, relatively cheap, cheaper than the XL decoders that you require for the Halogen stuff. And like I say, it's really put together really well. It's, even if you don't run it, even if you just put it on a shelf, the loco is absolutely brilliant. Okay, so we'll put it through its paces on my O-gauge loop in the garage. This is only a temporary layout on the floor. In the coming months, hopefully I will eventually get round to building the baseboards and actually starting to build a proper double O and O-gauge layout in here. But yeah, for the time being, seeing it run round on the floor and on the loop is perfectly adequate. So let's get to it. Okay, so just as it comes into shot, as you can see the 2 headlights working. If we send it in the other direction, you'll see that the headlights turn into tail lights. There you go, they go red, and if we bring it back towards us, I know it's pretty hard to see, but there you go, and they go white again. They are actually quite bright. It is really sunny at the moment, as you can see by the reflection on the side of the loco. They work really well, the lights, as you see, go red again. And they do actually add a level of detail to the loco. Okay, one feature I dislike about the Dapol 08 is the groan from the motor, as you probably heard as it came into shot. This is natural. I've had a couple of these Dapol 08s now and they all make that noise. You can't really stop it. Like I say, it is natural, they do sound like that. When it is running, you can hear it from quite far off. Obviously if you're lucky and you've got like a O-gauge loop, then you'll hear it a lot more because you can run it at a higher speed. I think that's just down to the motor is spinning quite fast, but because it is geared really low, so it runs really slow at the realistic 15 mile an hour that these 08s were capable in real life. I think that's where the noise comes from. Not a massive gripe, but if Dapol were to improve something, I would like them to try and tone down the motor noise.